As we start week three's class session, I actually want to go back and look at the activity that you did in the week two class session worksheet, where I had you guys look at these three images and explain what the common relationship between the three items is. Now, the reason I gave you this kind of silly activity is because I want you to see how important it is to explain your evidence in your writing. So your writing could be your essays or your discussion forum posts or anything else that we do in this class. So imagine that each one of these pictures is like a quote in your paper or a fact or a statistic. Okay, now I'm going to show you the different conclusions that many of you in the class drew. And I'm sorry I didn't have time to share everyone's, but I just sort of picked a few. So Joseph, the common relationship he saw between these three items is the human body is a beautiful and delicate object requiring constant attention, both internally and externally. It requires proper and sufficient food, which acts as fuel to sustain the body's motion and function, cleansing topical agents to ensure the health and vibrant appearance of the outmost layer, and alternative forms of heat to regulate its very sensitive internal temperature should the natural habitat threaten to cause severe cold or freezing. All right, now the common denominator Andrew saw was you can buy all three of them at Target. Taylor said first you eat a granola bar, then you use the hand sanitizer to wash your hands, all before lighting a candle and going to bed. Cassidy, these three items are all representative of basic human needs: food, hygiene, and light and warmth, and they all are physically small but achieve important results. Ethan, a Chewy bar, hand sanitizer, and a candle are three items that can be found in my earthquake kit at home. I live in California, and we have been preparing for the big one for years. All right, so I want to see how different all five of these responses are. Now, Cassidy's and Ethan's are kind of a little similar. They're focused around human needs, although Ethan's kind of thinking of a little more in like a natural disaster type setting, kind of based from where he's from. But if we were to look at this, like in my mind, if this were my essay and I have these three quotes, I'd be going, oh man, none of you got it. The common denominator between all three of these items is they're all related to my desk. There's Chewy bars and hand sanitizer in the drawer and a candle on top in the corner. Okay. So this just sort of shows that if I didn't explain to you guys, if you were my readers in my essay, how I saw the common denominator between these, if I didn't explain how I saw this quote and was interpreting it, you would be left to come up with your own interpretation. And in this case, all five of you would come to what would be, in my mind, the wrong interpretation. So the key takeaway from this exercise that I want to focus on and make sure you get is that even though it's clear to you what your evidence means, your quotes or statistics or facts, it might not be clear to your reader, and they may arrive at a conclusion different from the one you intend. So using the templates in the Graf and Birkenstein book that we'll start reading, or that you started reading last week, they will help you explain your evidence so that your reader arrives at the same conclusion you do. So I highly encourage you to pay attention to those templates and start using them in your forum posts and in your writing for improving your writing overall.